In today's Christmas Eve edition of the show, we have a bunch of news regarding the PlayStation 5, its price, the SSD, and how powerful it is, and a whole lot more. There's a bunch of stuff to get to. It is Christmas Eve, so let's get right into the show. Ho ho ho, g'day guys, I'm Champ Chong and welcome back to the Gaming News Show. Now, if you guys do end up enjoying today's video and to celebrate Christmas and the holidays, if you're not religious or something, I don't know, but just smack the like button, tap it, whatever you want to do, elbow it. Yeah, this is awkward now, because, well, we're in a state where everyone's PC. Anyway, at least do it for Yoda over there. He's just sitting there in the dark. Real creepy. Anyway, so we've got a bunch of news to get to in today's video regarding the PlayStation 5. And, well, we are going to get to the price stuff in a second, but the first thing I want to talk about is something that just came out, actually, and it's got to do with the SSD for the PlayStation 5. So some news has just broke regarding the SSD in the PlayStation 5. If you don't know, that's the solid-state drive that's going to be powering the PlayStation 5, and it's basically going to make your games run faster. And we're going to talk about The Last of Us Part 2 and a developer talking about that in a second regarding load times, but this right here is very, very interesting. So it seems like that the PlayStation 5's SSD is actually going to be better than what you get in a PC SSD, which is awesome because, well, it's actually going to be ultra fast custom tech. So it's not going to be something you can just get standard at a store or online and you put that into your PC. It's going to be custom made for the PlayStation 5, obviously. The same things are probably going to go and happen with the Xbox Series X, but with the PlayStation 5, according to these reports, it is a game-changing SSD that will rival what we do have in PCs, and actually it's going to be more powerful and faster. Sony themselves have actually said this, that the PS5's SSD is faster than any PC equivalent out there. It comes from a custom NVMe SSD, and it becomes an ultra-speed, high-speed SSD, which is incredible. Now, what's added to this is the software side of things. So obviously, it's a piece of hardware, it's going to run that way, but the software in the PlayStation, according to Sony and these new insider reports, it's going to actually improve the speed of it, which means we won't have to wait long at all for games to load, which is amazing. So loading screens may become sort of a thing of the past, which it's already sort of becoming that way, but with the next generation, especially the PlayStation 5, according to these reports right here, loading screens, yeah, we can pretty much say goodbye to them. Now, you can check out the full report of this down below. I've linked it, so you can read all about that, but Samsung are actually currently working on a new 6th gen version of their SSD, and basically that's going to make them even faster. But by the time the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox come around, we will also have these new updated SSDs that are custom made tech for those consoles. Now, what's really cool is we don't have to just speculate anymore about the SSDs. We know that they're going to be ultra fast, and we can pretty much confirm that. It's been said by Sony, and just looking at the tech that we do have at hand right now in the world, we know they're going to be ultra fast. But the speculation is no longer a thing when it comes to games and the actual load time. So that's the big key thing right here, because we actually have some news from one of the developers out there from Naughty Dog. It's actually the co-director of The Last of Us Part 2, and he has stated that the port of the PlayStation 5 version of The Last of Us Part 2 will feature no loading screens, which is amazing. Now, this is just a hint at it, but it was through a tweet. So essentially, he is hinting at it, because if you look at this tweet right here, he was asked about loading screens and whatnot regarding the port of Last of Us Part 2, and he goes, what loading screens? So yeah, it's pretty much a hint right there that we aren't going to see any loading screens for The Last of Us Part 2 on the PlayStation 5. Now, what's interesting is, obviously, The Last of Us Part 2 will probably be coming to the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro first, so that's going to be a key thing. This is a game being ported to the next gen, so it is a current gen game, so obviously the tech there isn't going to be needing as much power, so the SSD is going to be pretty much flying straight through this, and we're going to have an amazing game that has pretty much no load times or load times at all. Now, the closest we've seen of this in a real-life demo was a real-life demo. It was with Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man game that came out, I think it was last year or 2017, I believe. I don't know, time flies. I'm losing track of time. There's so many things happening. It's already Christmas, already the end of the year, already end of the decade. But what I'm trying to say here is that with the Spider-Man game, they took about, I believe, I've got my notes here, 8.1 seconds on the PlayStation 4 Pro to get one of the loading screens. And then the PS5, it does it at 0.83. So they used the tech with AMD to showcase this, how fast it was going to be. So pretty much right there, it's like a split second compared to sitting there and waiting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, compared to that. Like, that's insane. Right there, that's just beautiful to see. And hopefully even those true next-gen games that we do get on hand next generation, where they're not games that are being ported to the next gen, where they're actually made specifically for that, we actually don't end up seeing load times. That would be amazing right there. And it's a huge piece of information that we do have at hand coming from Naughty Dog right there, because it pretty much confirms all that stuff. So anyway, I will link you guys more information in the description down below, but we've got news regarding the price of the PlayStation 5, and it's some sort of sad-ish news, I guess, for Sony, but it's great for us consumers because, well, it looks like Sony are going to be losing money on the PlayStation 5 when it comes out. So it turns out that the console is rumored to be coming in at $400 to $500. But if that is the price, and that's pretty much what the prices will be, this is from industry analysts and insiders, and it is going to come in anywhere between $400 to $500 US, which will mean that the cost of actually producing these consoles will cost a little bit more than that, which means Sony will end up losing money. And the most likely case here is that Xbox will also lose money making their console, and that's just the reality of the situation. They're going to try and get as many consoles in our homes as possible, and that's just how it is. It pretty much happens every single generation when these consoles do come out, but we can confirm it right now that they will be losing money just because of the price of actually putting these things together. Analysts have gone in and actually seen what has to go in, and it pretty much confirms that we are going to be seeing Sony and most likely Microsoft too lose money on these new consoles. But I'm not worried. You're probably not worried either. It means that we are getting cheaper consoles, unless for some reason they just decide, hey, we're going to bump these up to $600. I don't think they'll do that because they're going to try and sell as many of these just to get into homes, and then the real place that they are going to make money is things like subscriptions, obviously games, and all the extra things that come along with you with maybe buying a controller or extra things like that. So yeah, it's just the reality situation. It happens every generation, as I did state. But let me know what you think about that and what you think the price of the console is going to be. As we do know right now, it looks like anywhere between $400 to $500 US, which will probably be about $600 here in Australia if we are lucky. Hopefully not $650, because then it's going to start getting a bit pricey, and that would really, really suck. But we'll have to wait and see. Most likely we'll find out in the next 6 months or so when Sony does reveal their console. Obviously, we are going to find out everything by E3, because if we don't, they've left it way too late. But anyway, we've got some more news regarding the PlayStation 5 and some other stuff, but it's about Xbox first, because, well, it turns out that Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga is going to be exclusive to the Xbox and PC. Now, this game, it looks truly, truly incredible, but obviously that's one thing I want to bring up here, is that the game will not be on the PlayStation. So Microsoft have purchased the studio, so it's part of their little family, and now it is being exclusively made by for Xbox and PC, and this is coming from Aaron Greenberg. So right there, we do have confirmation that it is an exclusive, but obviously if you do have a PC and you're a PlayStation gamer, you can play it on there if you like PC is powerful enough. And I really do mean powerful enough, because this game, from what we've seen so far, looks like it's going to be one of those games that really chugs away at any power if you want to have a really great experience on PC with all the settings up to max. And yeah, it looks like an amazing game. You can currently get the other Hellblade games on your Game Pass, I believe. I was looking at it yesterday. I saw it. I was like, oh wow, I might actually give that a shot. Never played them, but it looks pretty good. So I think there's only one other one. I'm not 100% sure. I never played Hellblade, but from the trailer we saw at the Game Awards, it looks truly incredible. But anyway, guys, that does it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. It's Christmas tomorrow. Let me know if you're getting any gifts for people, what you got them, if they're really cool gaming related gifts, or if you're wanting anything for Christmas that you think you're gonna get. And yeah, I'm gonna go probably to the beach because it is hot as balls here in Perth, Australia. Yeah, it's summer here in Australia. If you don't know, now you know, because I know a lot of people out there are international viewers, they don't realize it's summer, it doesn't snow here, it's like 40 degrees Celsius, which is like 110 Fahrenheit, I believe, and yeah, we melt during Christmas, which is why I'm not happy wearing this hat right now, because it is hot. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys have a great holiday season, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.